Hi guys, wanted to walk you through a quick deck, some examples I put together from social media as people are doing a really good job during this coronavirus crisis. This first one basically just lays out what we're going to look at today. Social media is on fire, as you probably have been able to tell by many of your posts. Here are the things we think you ought to be doing. Give them what they want, updates, graphics, feel good stuff. Give them links to more. So where are you sending them to? Your app, your website, OTT. And then, of course, use the little screen to get them to the big screen. I'll show you an example. We really have been getting a lot of additional ratings right now, but guys, it's kind of hard to navigate. In some cases, all the different special shows or what's going to be on TV. When is the president going to speak? When's the governor going to speak? So we need to be using social media to help communicate that also. So here's a couple of examples of infographics. They're really hot right now. If you can help people to get their money or stay safe, that's what they really want to do. So the one on the left is from ABC Action News in Fresno. The one on the right is from Instagram from Houston, letting people know whether or not they can, are they essential? Can they go places? What is it that they can expect with these new orders? So if you have trouble building some of these infographics or dashboards, if you will, on what all the numbers are, I've come across some freebies, if you will, some things, people that allow you to use freemium service or different things. Let me know. I'll be happy to help walk you through what's out there. This is an example of something that was sent to me the other day that you could use for building out a dashboard. Call to action. Okay, so watch your screen of choice, basically, is what we tell people a lot of times, right? You can see on the left from Houston, they are going to have an upcoming news conference, and you can watch it online, you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on Facebook, but you can also watch it on TV. So we need to be communicating those things to people because sometimes they don't want to give up their phone just to be able to watch this important information that they want to get. When you get them to TV, this is an example on the right. It's actually a screen grab of television from Washington, the NBC station there, Washington, D.C. Make sure you're sending them right back to the phone to answer questions, to participate in polls and things like that. Use the stories function of Facebook and Instagram. For whatever reason, well, it's the reason is that's the way they want it to work. Facebook and Instagram are letting those images get through much better than even some of the images that you're putting in as regular posts. So if you haven't jumped into that game yet of using the stories function, I would highly suggest you do so. The ABC stations across the country are doing a great job of that, and you can see, especially in the Instagram, both of these are Instagram examples, you can do some really fun and interesting things here to reach that younger audience also. And then, of course, we have to be using user-generated content. We would do that in any kind of hurricane or big storm. Well, guess what, guys? You're in a hurricane and a big storm. It just happens to be of health, right? So tell them what kinds of pictures you want. Show them pictures of others, and you will get flooded with pictures. The example on the left is from Chicago and them wanting to show how we're all in this together. The example on the right is from Kansas City, where they're doing a self-quarantine pet of the day. And then do something for people, right? So the example on the left is from Pittsburgh, where they're gathering all the different links to the worship services that are available online, and that isn't just on Sunday, guys, in your community. That's all throughout the week. The example on the right is of a meteorologist who decided to make these masks that a lot of people were making, and she also shared the pattern so people at home could make those also. And then what's your sports team doing? Well, I know the sports team in Austin, where I live here, is not exactly covering sports because there's no sports to cover. So Todd in Sports is showing us what it looks like when you go to 7-Eleven. They are actually putting gloves on the window. How ingenious, right? But also good to know if you're sitting at home and scrolling through your feeds to be able to know that I can go to those places and do social distancing, and they've got gloves for me. So that's really, I thought, a good example of sending your sports guys out to get some interesting pictures specifically for social media. In South Bend, Indiana, on the right, they're doing a basically there's no Sweet 16, so they decided to do the Sweet 16 in sports movies, and they're having everybody vote for their favorite movie. It's not necessarily attaining a huge amount of engagement, but it's something different that people want to occupy their time with versus some of the doom and gloom that's coming through the feeds. Then, of course, emotional connectivity. Very, very big, right? Especially on Instagram, where both of these are examples. The one on the left is of a retired pastor who went to see his wife, and of course, at the facility she was at, and he couldn't go inside. He had to just look through the window, and those get huge engagement and thank yous of all kind. Thank you teachers, thank you truck drivers, thank you sanitation workers. Keep those thank you posts coming. I'm sure you've already done some, but don't grow tired. Keep thanking people. And then if you're doing a YouTube channel, and I think you should be, make sure that you've got a coronavirus playlist so that people can find the information they're looking for really quickly on YouTube. And if you haven't jumped into the YouTube game yet, this may be your opportunity. Just like we talked about, if you're not doing a lot of Instagram, now's the time. People are looking for more information and more sources, more places than ever before. So if you haven't tried YouTube yet, I would highly suggest. I want to thank you for your time. I wanted to make this a quick video because I know you can stop and start it and see it working around all your other things. If you have questions, you can find me at bill@smithgeiger.com. I'll be happy to answer those questions. Thanks again.